welcome back to Foundations for Farming. Today we'd like to show you some of our livestock interventions. Here you can see we have a few cattle behind us and they are grazing on the mulch in our fields. What we are trying to do is devise a small scale option where we can use our cattle in our fields to be able to eat some of the mulch but not to take off all of it. So we're going to show you a few different variations of what the mulch looks like before and during and after the cattle have been on it. We're controlling the cattle with an electric fence and we're giving them the space of about 1 Fumfudza plot, which they would utilize for 1 or maybe 2 days depending on the amount of mulch that is available. So this is what the plot should look like after we've harvested and before the cattle come into it. I'm standing here between 2 different plots that have been treated in different ways with the cattle. On this side we actually had a night boma where the cattle would sleep in a 4x4 meter night boma, and it took us 40 days to get through this Fumfudza plot. And every night they would drop their dung and urine on this plot. We are now going to plant this plot with a crop and see how that does. On my left here, this plot was grazed by the cattle and they were only on this plot for 2 days. So obviously there's going to be a big difference when we test the comparison between these 2 plots, and it's one of the trials that we will be doing this year. In conventional systems, high intensive grazing needs high numbers of cattle to have the impact that we desire on the land. What we're experimenting with here is how a small scale farmer can do it with just 4 or 5 head like we have here. And we are seeing great improvements already. So this is possible for small scale farmers with only a few head of cattle.